time you'd like me to go downstairs and see what's going on.
It doesn't sound good. A little late today, so I don't know if everybody's gonna even be able to join, because it's normally kind of everybody's lunch time, which is what I tried to do. We used to get a lot of people back when I used to do it in the evenings, you know, but that also means working a full day and then staying after for, you know, until 8 o'clock at night, which gets old, man. Did she blast you?
Yeah. Damn. Cell. Pain in my fingers. I will be over in just a few seconds.
You're good. I've thought I did the @followers correctly, but I don't see anybody on here, so did you? Might be. Well, even if nobody joins, we're still live, so people can watch it later, right?
Correct.
And if we share it to YouTube, people can see it as well whenever. I really want to test this thing on the dyno and see what's what, if it will even do what we want. I don't know why I have this funny feeling that we're going to get the same kind of response out of it. Juiced. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. Isn't there like an @everyone you can do as well?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm about to log into it now, and I'll tell you as well. And US Answers Live now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you got 3 people watching so far.
Oh, okay. All right.
Said, yeah, okay. @followers @everyone. There you go. You did.
Okay. So we received a little package from Trevor Moon at, let's see, what is Trevor with? He has his own page, All Things Car Audio, where he tests all kinds of things, and apparently he's done some reviews on our Impact amps. Trevor and I had a nice conversation. He sent a nice little care package here with a shirt and some logos, which we will obviously share and put up around the shop as well. Thank you very much, Trevor. It's definitely appreciated. Oh, nice, large, All Things Car Audio. There's another one. Wow, he put a nice little 2XL, All Things Car Audio.
Nice.
2XL, is that you?
Yeah, I'm a fatty. I mean, yeah, I'm a 2XL.
All Things Car Audio.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. We will get this stuff put up. Oh, of course. Hey, how you doing? How are you? Thank you for calling US Amps. This is Mike. How can I help you?
Hey, Michael, this is Cliff Corn, Jamie Tubble's friend.
I know who you are. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Hey, I got a question about the 100HC.
Okay, go ahead. We are live. Just so you know, we're live right now on Facebook, but if you don't mind me sharing our conversation, you go right ahead.
Okay. Put me on the spot.
I just being honest, I didn't want to do it without letting you know.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay.
That's fine. So what's going on is I have it on low pass. I finally got the 12s hooked up. Sounds great.
Okay.
But I can't seem to adjust the low pass setting. Only the high side pass setting is working. Even the switch is up on the low pass.
Well, what is it that you're trying to do? You're trying to cut the higher frequencies from the subs, obviously?
Yeah. I
Okay.
just want to run, you know how you go like 50 hertz, 60, 80
Mm-hmm.
hertz.
Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, you're going to want that with 12s. I mean, I'm assuming, is it a ported or sealed enclosure?
Still enclosure.
And you're using our 12s or someone else's?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I mean, even in a sealed enclosure, you should, I mean, you're going to want to have that thing cranked all the way to 50, you know, which is probably all the way to the left, if I remember correctly? Counterclockwise?
Right.
And
So
you're-
you can
and you're-
wait
and
to
you're-
ever
you're-
turn it all the way.
You're still hearing mids and highs coming out of there?
No, but I don't hear anything any kind of adjustment out of it. Only on, you know, you have the low pass and the high pass setting.
Mm-hmm.
Only on the high pass, if I turn it all the way to the right, then the sound goes way down to like nothing. And if I turn it all the way back to the left, then that's when I get the bass out of it.
Okay, let me look at a 108 as you're saying this to me, so I can make sure that we're on the same page here. Sorry.
No worries.
So you have a 100HC.
Only if you build.
We're working on a 100HC. Let me grab this little. All right, and I got you here. You can hear me, okay, right? Okay. So what ohm load are you set at?
4.
4 ohm.
It's bridged.
Bridged 4 ohm mono. And all right. And so you have the crossover switch on low pass,
Yep.
and the bass EQ is on 0.
It's at plus 12.
Plus 12. Okay. And you're saying when you adjust the low pass filter, which should be, like I was correct, all the way to the left, would get you at anything, you know, above 50 hertz will not come through the speaker. You're saying you're not hearing a difference.
Yeah, if you like turn it up, then it's not making any difference.
Well, the only thing that you're going to hear is you'll end up hearing voices and stuff that you normally shouldn't hear through your subs. It's not going to make the subwoofer perform differently. You're just going to hear a different frequency that you normally wouldn't out of the subs.
So just keep it all the way to the left.
Yes,
all
sir.
the way to 50.
Yes, sir.
And then what about the high side pass? Because that's the one that seems to be adjusted. Keep that all the way to the left also.
that's gonna end up being just
If I turn it all the way to the right, the volume goes out, like it stops making noise.
yeah, just above. So if you go all the way to the left, that's 20 hertz, but you're gonna want to try to match that at 50,
Okay.
which would be just a couple clicks above, like between 8 and 9 o'clock, I guess, if you were to be looking at a clock.
Okay.
That's where that should be. I mean, you really shouldn't have to be using the. I hate that they didn't listen to me. I didn't want the bass EQ to be on there, but they kind of added that without talking to me. Please don't put that there. Put it on the floor, please. That kind of adds distortion, but especially being that you're in a sealed enclosure, it should be a pretty tight bass response. If you're not getting the kind of power that you're wanting to see or you're expecting, you might want to try rewiring it to a lower ohm load. But I wouldn't do that until after I break those subs in. I mean, those subs need to be broken in for at least 15 hours before you're going to notice a big difference. They get real loose as soon as they break in. But if you don't break them in and you just, you wire this thing at 2 ohm mono and you give them all the juice, you're going to end up tearing the spiders on them.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it's wired at 4 ohms.
okay. That should be good. I mean, just...
The gain all the way up.
Yeah, the gain is more to, well, the first quarter turn, again, from like 6 or, all the way off, I guess, to 9 o'clock, that is basically all the power of the amp. Anything after 9 a.m., all the way, to where it's full wide open, that doesn't change the amount of power the amplifier makes. That only gives you adjustability to match your source volume knob to where the amplifier is outputting what you want in coordination with your source unit. Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, if you want, please never adjust that gain with the amplifier on unless it's playing music. Your best bet is to please just do it with it off, everything off. Turn that gain to, like I said, about 9 a.m. and that's going to be about the most that the amp can put out. Now, if what you're hearing is not optimal, like you were expecting more out of it, please try to play it for, especially in a sealed enclosure, try to play it for 10 to 15 hours at this ohm load, and then if you can rewire it down to you have dual 4s, you should be able to get it to a 2 ohm load or 2 and 2.
Dual 2 ohms.
Dual 2? You have
a shallow mouse.
Oh, you have to do, okay, so you can do, okay, yeah, so you can do 1 and 1, you can do 1 ohm stereo.
Well, my box only has one output for the 212, so.
Oh, you're using a prefab enclosure. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a better... Well, I mean, you really don't want to give those subwoofers any more power than that, to be honest with you. I mean, they're only made to handle about 500-600 watts each. So, yeah, if you're not happy with the sound, then I'd want to try to help you do whatever we can, whether it's designing another enclosure for you and building it and sending it to you, or swapping you out for a different set of subs or whatever it may be.
No, I'm happy with it.
Okay.
I'm just looking for just the adjustability on it. I just didn't know if I was doing something wrong. That's why I wanted to call and ask.
No, absolutely. And I think you should have my cell number too, right, Cliff? Okay, I'll message to you when we get off here, and that way you can give me a shout if you have any other issues or any other questions. I'd gladly walk you through anything to make sure the system's set up right for you.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, get those things broke in, and if they don't loosen up and you're not happy with the sound afterwards, we'll figure something out for you.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. I'll text you my cell number here in a minute.
Okay, and I'll send you some pictures of what I did.
Please do. Yeah, I'd love to share. Or even if you don't mind sharing, just on social media, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
You got it.
Thanks, Liv.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So we got some more people. Hey, Joseph, Mitch, Eric, how are you? Mr. Sanina, how you doing? Welcome. Mr. Frederick, how are you? How are you? Jason,
Yes.
Danny James. No, it was Jason on here. Sorry. Joseph, Julio, what's up, buddy? Brandon, what's up, man? Terry did pretty well yesterday with his all Class AB setup, huh?
Terry really good, man.
Thank you, Mr. Ray, for representing Team US Amps, and not only representing, but representing obviously Team Megahertz and a Class AB, which I love that. So thank you very much. Ray Davis, how are you? Mr. Marion, what's up? Tim, how are you? Jay? Matt Pecor did pretty well as well yesterday, huh?
Yep.
I really, honestly, I forgot just the way everything worked out the end of last week. It kind of got crazy and hectic. I meant to send that Merlin X12 with you to give to Matt, even though we already haven't really worked out payment or whatever. I just really want to get you a full US Amps build, and we'll figure it out later. But we'll work it out anyway. I think we've finally gotten the ASEMA, or was it Affirm? One of those. Affirm worked out. So soon, hopefully in the next week or so, we should have another financing option for those of you that use Affirm. It will be on the website ready to go. So you go to usampsinc.com and we can have, you got Affirm, Klarna, ASEMA, and I think there was one other one too. But again, I was just saying thank you to Trevor Moon from All Things Car Audio. He's done a few reviews of some of our equipment. He sent a nice little goodie package full of all kinds of stickers and keychains and shirts and lanyards, and Trevor has some decent it seems knowledge as far as engineering, and gladly welcoming him as part of the family. So thank you very much, man. So Adrian, what's up, buddy? How are you? And so just a little bit about what happened this weekend. So obviously, I want to say from me, congratulations to the newlyweds. I apologize I couldn't make it. I was actually, not that I was going to come anyway. I just don't like people, man. I force myself to go to the shows that I do go to. It's not that, I probably should have said that differently. I'm not good with crowds. It makes me nervous. I get anxious, and it's very uncomfortable for me. And when I do force myself to go to shows, it usually takes me a few days. Like, it almost gives me an emotional hangover. I know that sounds like a pussy thing to say, and I apologize, but it's true. It literally like wears on me emotionally. Like I need to almost like be in a silent, dark room for 2 days just to like recharge my batteries, if that makes sense. And so I apologize. No disrespect to the newlyweds. I wish you nothing but health, happiness, and be good to each other. So, but all that being said, there was obviously points being given to those of you that could participate in ACCL. The guy with the meter was out there, as always, doing his thing. And I from what I saw, it was honestly a pretty big day for Team US Amps. And not that I'm surprised, but there were some unexpected things that happened that I'm very proud of. I want to obviously give a shout out to all of you that showed up and represented the company, because I know, as always, that those of you that are on the team represent us in the manner that we would expect, and I appreciate that. So congratulations to Brendan Gardner for besting his own personal best and decisively. And now, from what I understand, he has the world record by
the world
0.9
record by 0.9 dB.
of all bottom out.
Of all, period, since the start of ACCL.
Wow.
So that's not just the current for 2026 or anything of that nature. He is the loudest to be in our lanes in that class for bottom out.
And just so you guys know, and what that means to me, and why it's important to me, is because I've always been a less is more guy, and yeah, is a build with 1615s awesome? Absolutely, but there's something to be said, and a lot of people seem to forget or forego making sure that the build, not just the enclosure, but the build, the car, the vehicle that the enclosure is in, is as efficient as possible. And there's a lot of time, and there's many things that go into that. But I think all of you know, all of you that follow and watch and have been part of this from even before I purchased US Amps. Brendan was around before that, and he could pretty much throw anything in that car and hit around the same dB. That shows the efficiency of the build. So that's why I reached out to Brendan when I did, and I would just want to thank him and congratulate him for what he's achieved, and just really excited for things to come, because that's what he's been chasing for the entire time, is 60 and above at 20 hertz with, right now, for those of you that don't know, Brendan only has 2 of our Neo 15-inch subwoofers. There's nothing, yes, the subwoofers are special. What I was getting ready to say is there's nothing special about the subwoofers, meaning that the shipment that we have coming in is going to be what will be available to the public to purchase. That's what Brendan and Jason and the other parts of the Team US Amps family has done over the last year and some change, is the R&D, the research and development aspect of us taking a subwoofer from a build house, which we receive all the time, especially now that some of the other companies are starting to close up and not move forward with development of new products. We have a lot more companies reaching out to us, giving us product, wanting us to try out different things, and that's the basis of what we start with. So we took that Neo subwoofer and basically beat the dog shit out of it, and then changed the voice coil, which we had made down south here in Fort Myers, Florida, changed the spider, the surrounds. We've changed basically everything, and then once Brendan was happy with what it was doing, now that's what the new US Amps NX15, NX18, and NX12s, that's our Neo line, will be. So everything that's in all of our Team US Amps cars, all of our competitors' vehicles, is all something that you guys can buy. And unlike other brands, I'm not going to charge you more for that. I honestly believe, as an owner, it behooves me to take that time and effort and money to put into the product prior to production, so the customers get the best product that they can. So,
and that's one of the best things that I found about US Amps in comparison to some of the other companies I've worked with is I've worked with companies that the people in the lanes have the special team amplifiers, or they have the special team subwoofers, in which the whole concept of going out for competition is to advertise for the company. That's really the basis of it right there. It's just to prove that manufacturing company A took home a bunch of first places this show, or manufacturing company B took home a bunch of first places last show, and you see the consistency of the names that you see in the winner's circle, and out giving demos and such as that they're all packed up with a specific brand or so. A couple different brands, obviously. But I myself always find it to be dirty fool to give the competitors something that you can't buy being a consumer, because then what's the use of, oh my God, it sounded great, I'm going to go to the manufacturer and buy it. And then you go there and they're like, well, we don't want that. That was just for Joe or Bob or Norm or whoever.
or you can get it, but instead of $1,600, it's $2,700.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we'll make it for you. Yeah. And that's, you do what you got to do. Let's be honest, stock cars no longer stock. But the idea of competitions originally was, I don't care what anybody says, when it comes down to it, the original reasoning for competitions when they started in the 80s was to advertise the living bejesus out of it. Because at that time there wasn't internet.
Try to help build the brand.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you talk to anybody, no matter if they're old school, new school, anything like that, everybody knows Orion. Everybody knows Kenwood. Everybody knows PSI. The big companies that were out in the lanes, US Amps.
Yeah.
in the 90s time period when car audio was just at its maximum plateau.
Heyday, yeah.
Yeah. And you knew that because, not because you went online, the internet wasn't around or as prevalent as nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, you went to the show and you saw that this guy ran that, and that guy ran this, and this guy was so impressive, and that, you know, and that's what we go for. But in the lanes, to strengthen what Michael just said, everything you see in our vehicles, you can go on the website and order yourself. There's nothing in our vehicles that has been custom built for our vehicles. Brendan and I are a little bit different on that because we run the prototypes in our builds, but we run the prototypes to beat the living Jesus out of it, so that when it is released to the consumers, you guys don't get it and it blows up because we think somebody's not going to run it half ohm, or you know you're running in a large enclosure versus a tighter enclosure. Brendan has, for his vehicle, God, I swear he could put a set of Sparkomatic 6x9s in that car and still break a 50. But that's his selling point. His car is tight. His electrical is on par. Everything is spot on. So we know that if we pull the 15s out of his enclosure and slap a set of Merlins in there, or slap a set of Extremes in there, we'll get a good baseline number to come off of and not have to compromise, you know, this flexing or that leaking or his electrical shooting or what have you.
I mean, it's what you learned in science class, even in elementary school. It's basically you're doing a science project. But with his vehicle being as efficient as it is, we're eliminating those other variables, you know? Just like when I did that post when we put the new US Amps Neo speakers in the Z28. We gained a decibel or whatever it was, and I said, yes, we gained a decibel over the Nightshades. I wasn't saying that our subwoofers were better than Nightshades. What I was saying is that we gained a decibel, which doesn't normally happen. But that could have contributed or been a contributor because of that subwoofer working better in that enclosure. It wasn't built for either of the subwoofers, so it wasn't fair, and I wasn't trying to belittle the Nightshade by any means. Now, we take those variables away when using Brendan's car, and that's why we use it for almost everything. So, but regardless, that being said, the closest to Brendan in that bottom out class, which also has something to do with our amplifiers being able to, you know, having the damping factor and slew rate, being able to hold that frequency and the amount of power consistently over that long of a run. I think the closest people to him, not to name names, but there are multiple woofer and multiple amplifier configurations. So that's yet again back to what I said to begin with, is less is more. So he has right now, I think, one Merlin 10K in there on two 15s. So, you know, nearly cracking a 60. And honestly, I mean, I think everybody knows he's been beating the dog shit out of that enclosure, windows open and everything else for a couple of years now. It could probably use to be rebuilt. There are a couple things, but he doesn't want to mess with perfection, and I get it. But
and that's it. He and I have talked about it before, and I heckle him on the regular, you know, because Brian and I are good friends. But I'm like, dude, you need to take that enclosure out. We need to rebuild it. You need to do this. You need to do that. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I want to. He's like, but to quote him, it does the things.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does the things, then why
don't
mess
fix it if
up?
it ain't broke.
Yeah, yeah.
And that being said, I think the 60 is there. Like,
oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, because he's got a substantial crack in his windshield that has grown more and more since it's been part of the USAM's family.
Yeah.
I wonder if just even replacing that windshield will get him half a decibel.
It might.
Or you know,
it might lose.
Yeah, for his magic, he won't even break a 50 after you replace the windshield. It's like a passive radiator at this point.
No, Mrs. James walked in as we were, talking, and brought in a set of 4-inch copper over aluminum former voice coils. Yet again, something that we're working on behind the scenes over here, but there's always something going on. We did put the Merlin 10K on the bench. I wanted to try to run it on the dyno. We'll probably do that here in a little bit. I want to take some questions and answers. Got to give a shout out to, obviously, Alex, another Team US Amps member. I know he broke his windshield, but still did pretty well.
I think he was flapping. He didn't even care. He started to
We did take the Neo 18s out of the Z28 and put them in there. Those things are not even broken yet, so he should be putting up some good numbers here real soon. Preston, welcome. Peter, how are you, man? Tim, what's up, buddy? How are you? Eddie, how are you? That's an AI coil. Oh yeah, no, it's not real. We don't do that. This is fake. This is AI. This is not a real voice coil. Donnie, how are you?
And when you see us in the lanes, that's all AI too. You know, that's all, it's all impersonators.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm building these 18s over here, and hopefully the 24-inch sub that we put together is pretty close to being finished. That's getting sent over to Tony over at Creative Car Audio. He's finishing my personal vehicle. He's building my Range Rover. The shoemaker never had shoes, and unfortunately, we're working on other people's vehicles, and it just made sense if I'm going to build a sound quality vehicle. Being that I'm a brand owner, I have to go pro, and who better to have it built by than the vice president, I think, of sound quality for Mecca.
If not, then he dang sure should be.
Yeah.
I think so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
thank you to again Brendan for helping out. We've built a 24-inch subwoofer, which will be infinite baffle in the back of the Range Rover, and Tony and the guys over at Creative Car are, I think, hopefully pretty close. I hope to debut that at Made of Steel. I hope to have a few of our Team US Amps vehicles out there at Made of Steel. The Phil's F350.
Oh gosh.
The Suburban will be done. Your Suburban will definitely be done. Hopefully your Suburban will be done the next day or two. We're constantly learning things, and you know what? I'm no genius. I'm learning all the time about everything, but subwoofers specifically. I've learned a lot over the last few weeks about what I've been doing wrong in putting the voice coils and stuff together and the tensor leads on the subwoofers. So I've had to learn by making mistakes, you know. And
It's the best way to learn.
thank you to everybody that's
on paper and theory, you know, on paper it should have worked. When it actually came down to it in the real world, something didn't work. That was when I was in college. We had 2 hours of theory and 2 hours of lab, and one of my instructors, to help stir the mind up during theory, gave us a concept that, you know, mathematically it worked, and everything didn't work. And then when we got into the lab, about 30 minutes into the lab time, you start hearing pops all across the tech room, and he's like, "Yo, teacher, why isn't we're building this exactly how you said it? Why isn't this working?" And he goes, "In theory, it should have." He goes, "Now we're in reality."
Yeah.
He says, "So now we have to troubleshoot why it didn't work and what was wrong with the formula."
Mm-hmm.
And that was, you know, I tell a story a lot, but that's why it hit me, because when it comes to life, you can write down on paper all day long, but until you actually do it,
Mm-hmm.
and you take it in real world situations, enclosures, electrical, humidity, pressure,
resonant frequency of the vehicle.
resonant frequency of the vehicle.
Mhm.
You get talking to some of these guys that will spend, you know, somebody's like, "Oh, I spent the weekend working on my car." Good. That's shaving off the top layer of how much time it takes to win first place. So, yep, Terry Ray will never stop learning, and that's the mentality to have, because the person that thinks they know everything is the one that knows the least.
Right? Lucas, welcome. Donnie, have you seen my new build yet? Yeah, man, I'm always watching. We're still friends. I've seen what you got going on over there. Awesome, Matt. You'll be back down for Made of Steel. Good. Awesome. I don't know if I have anything else to... Oh, we do, yeah. We had the little, the Merlin 254, right?
Oh,
So this is just one. We do have another one coming. This one was basically built on spec because they know that I wanted one done. This is a Class D amplifier, but this was built without any input from me or Dirk by the company that's assembled our USA SQ442 50HC, 100HC, and also the 500HC. Those amplifiers, however, were designed, well, the 500HC designed by Dirk and then upgraded by me. We provided the BOM file and Gerber file for those amplifiers. Not the same here. This is something that they designed on their own and just decided to send to me for testing, or us for testing. And it looks like a solid amplifier. I mean, it's a 250 by 4 Class D. Has 1-aught inputs and looks like 8 gauge speaker terminals. It does have a fairly decent crossover network on it for both channels 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
So let's take the survey real quick, if you don't mind me interrupting.
No, please.
For everybody that's online right now, we kind of went back and forth, and nobody's against anything. We just talked about it, and I think Brandon and I brought it up to Michael, and Michael wasn't fully aware of it. The toggle switching for the crossovers, the 1X and the 10X.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan and I believe that is a extreme positive to have on there, because then you're not over tuning something to get it to work. It'll get you a better grip on your tweeter frequency versus your mid frequency versus your complete bypass frequency.
Yes.
So that's just something that we thought was good. So on this amp and on this new design, Michael decided to throw it in there, and I'm definitely thinking that that's going to be a significant positive. So if anybody has any insight on that, please comment and let us know, because this, when it comes down to it, Michael has the base idea of what he's wanting to do and has the concept of it, but the input of people that are actually working with these and using these on the day for day basis, daily drivers, competition vehicles, what have you, you are the ones that help build companies. You are the ones that help build the products.
Yeah.
So, because obviously, US Amps isn't going to waste their time building a product that Michael likes and never gets input from anyone else, because then Michael's not the one buying it.
No, and that's what we want. We want to build equipment that you guys want. And in saying that, I've noticed that this has the 10 times on each channel.
Yeah.
Not just 1 and 2,
Yeah.
3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty extensive crossover.
So you can run a set of tweets on channel 1, 2, and then run your mids on 3, 4, or
And look, it has a clip light for 1 and 2, and a separate clip light for 3 and 4.
wow, I don't think that's common.
No. The only thing I don't really like about this, and maybe I should just shut up before testing it, really, is that it's only 4 ohm stable. Not that that matters, because obviously there's always configurations of what you can do with your ohm load depending on how you wire, right? But yeah, for me, I mean, Class D, it just makes sense that it would be 1 ohm stable. So
Donnie Homegrown Builds asks, can it do 2-channel input for all?
well, that's something that I've asked for from Seongsin, who is building our 254. Again, this is not the one that I've asked for, so this was just done on spec, and I don't see that. I don't know. I would have to try it. But the amp that's being designed and built for us, I think, has a switch for that, which would make sense.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the one that we're most likely going to release will have that. That's important to me. It helps, right? So
Definitely. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, Chris Phillips, what's up, buddy? How you doing, my friend? Tim Shroka says, it's a super necessary option.
yeah, this is a pretty extensive crossover setup on here. Pretty nice for considering that I had very minimal input on it. Like, actually none. Sorry, I had no input on this. This is all on spec. And I'm gonna assume from the few designs that I have made in my life that the 4 ohm stable option is because it makes cleaner power.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, normally the lower your ohm load, the more your total harmonic distortion goes up, depending on how the circuit's designed. Class D, almost always. So I'm assuming that's what that's for, because this is supposed to be a dedicated mids and highs amplifier, and they're wanting it to be as clean as possible, even though it's a Class D amplifier. So they do have the chokes on there, which are, I'm assuming, by the way I'm looking at this layout, used for filtering. I see a few op amps on here, so they know me already and know that I would want the slew rate to be higher. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll test this maybe next week on Mondays with Mike and Jason, and maybe soon after we'll have the other version of this to test. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Terry Ray says it's a super, Tim Shrook says it's a super necessary option. Terry Ray, I got to hear your 5-channel amp the other day. Wow, was that thing incredible sounding. That's awesome. That's great, Terry. That's what we shoot for here.
Yeah.
Donnie says the 250 by 4 a 4 ohm is a monster. That's what we're hoping for.
Yes.
Donnie also said, "Let me hold it for a minute." We've answered this question before, and unfortunately, my pea brain has forgotten.
Mhm.
The Merlin 5K does that or does that not come with the base control?
Oh yeah, yeah. The Merlin 5K and Merlin 10K
That's
have
right.
a very nice
You designed
base
that, right?
knob that, yes, I took time and put into it. It has temperature sensing, it has voltage sensing, it has clip sensing, and obviously the potentiometer on the knob itself is not a, I don't know, there's a proper terminology for it, but I call it a forever knob. You know, the knob that just turns forever and you don't know where it starts and stops. I wanted to make sure our knob did not have that, so let's see if I can. Again, we've done this before. I know the pictures are not going to look great on here, but it will show you that we have the knob. So it has, obviously that's showing 16.7 volts. Yet again, letting you know that it works over 16 volts. And it has the power, the clip, and the temperature light. So I'll get a little closer so you guys can see that. There are 3 lights there. And also, it is in a miniature version of the heatsink. It's not a plastic, off-the-shelf piece of shit. So as of this weekend, we're always working. The boxes are complete. The owner's manuals are complete. So those are now being, I don't want to say built for boxes. I don't know what the industry produced. Now that the box design is done and the owner's manuals designs are done, as far as I know, amplifiers are complete. Bass knobs are complete. They're now
In production.
producing the boxes and owner's manuals. They will be putting them together. I'm waiting on pricing not only from my DHL account to try to see if I can save us money, but also waiting for specs from them as well to get everybody that did pre-orders for Merlin 5Ks and 10Ks. I'm going to try to air freight those in ahead of the boat, so we're not waiting another 3 to 4 weeks for amplifiers. So I will let everybody know as soon as I have something on that.
And that's what I've been following up with people that have been messaging, calling. We try, and I try, Michael tries to get back with everybody as soon as we can with the information, because obviously, you know, we know you're all on the edge of the seat waiting for the Merlins to dock. We are too. Trust me on this. They've been paid for. They've been ordered. Okay. They've been paid for. They've been ordered. Everything's done. You know, nothing is waiting on us anymore. At this point, it's at the mercy of the shipment. It's on the mercy of the tariffs. It's on mercy of a lot of things that are out of our control and the manufacturer's control. So we give an ETA at the end of this quarter. It should be. That was the projected time, but unfortunately, you know, the things come up. And if the way the tariffs are happening and such, with the way they're manipulating the transfers, stuff that's out of everybody's control.
I don't know if you guys know, but there's, I think, hundreds of ships sitting in the waterways that can't dock because of
They're sitting there idling.
I think something with the insurance through Lloyd's of London or some shit. Some kind of power struggle between our governments and the other governments, and
All
it
it
sucks,
is.
but I'm trying to circumvent all of that, because to all of you that have paid for your amplifiers, that sounds like a fucking excuse, and that's what it sounds like to me as well. So unfortunately it is true, but I never stop, man. I'm not going to give up. I want to get your guys' stuff here as soon as possible. It only helps the brand, and I'm excited too. You know, I have stuff that I want to use them for as well.
And, you know, when it comes down to it, and I hate to be blunt like this, but I'm a blunt kind of person, you are our advertisement. When people start getting out of the lanes and start getting out of the demos, that draws a crowd, and people see that, and then our orders go up the same. So, you know, not saying like, haha, hurry up and be our, you know, mules, but, you know, everybody benefits from it. There's no question about
I got
it.
to hear your 5-channel. Where did you hear the 5-channel?
That's what I was trying to figure.
I think I only gave one 5-channel to Keith Perkins, and he said he was going to build a boombox with it. Is that what you got to hear, Terry?
Yeah, I didn't see him reply back on anything.
So hopefully that answers your question, Jason Hardison, and about the bass knob.
Yep.
Not only will it be a bass knob, but it will be a bass knob worthy of adorning the US Amps name.
Definitely. Because we like to be better than everyone else.
I
Just
mean,
the way
in
it
the
is.
world of complete builds, mean front and rear stages, we need to have a higher form of control for us that don't want to run a DSP.
Yeah, he's talking about the
Yeah. Hello, Christian. How are you? Are the new SQ442s coming in the version 2? I think I heard you talk about them. So, yes, Joshua, we, let's see, what is the status on that?
Yeah, sorry, Matt. I don't believe that bass knob would work with the 108C. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know that I myself run inline bass knob that connects up through the RCAs for my sub equipment, and then I will be hooking it set up to my mids and highs sometime in the next 1 to 7 years. When I get time to work on my own vehicle. So that's always been my preferred method, just because for me it's a lot easier to control the bass.
The
Right,
Terry
says Nick has
SQ442s.
one.
Who?
Nick has the 5-channel amp.
Who's Nick?
Terry says that Nick has one. That's all he says.
Oh. I don't know who Nick is.
I don't know.
Which Nick he's referring to.
I don't know. Which Nick are you talking about, Terry?
Matt, in reference to your 100HC, I would recommend the LF audio knob, and we have
Yes.
plenty in stock here, and even have some used ones that have been given back after being used, and people didn't pay for them. So we can help you out in that.
I currently have a wireless bass knob made by another company, in which I bought it at the beginning when people were just starting to make them, and I've got it. I have no regrets for the purchase, but given the choice of the two between the one I have and the LF is a lot better. The LF runs on a higher frequency, runs on a different bandwidth, so it has a longer distance on it.
Oh, yeah.
With mine, it runs on Bluetooth, so if I'm not directly near my truck, it loses it. Which is okay, because if I'm demoing or whatever, I'm in my truck.
You're not
next
that
to the
far
truck.
away anyway, but
But if the option of the LF was available at the time that I purchased mine, I probably would have purchased
The
mine.
LF Audio's oral sync technology is not Wi-Fi, it's not Bluetooth, it's its own wireless.
If I remember correctly, it runs on the cordless phone bandwidth.
It's similar,
2.4,
but
I think it is.
yeah, gigahertz or something. I don't want to say that because I'm not sure, but what I do know is I remember when talking to him, and he kept losing me just like Dirk does because he's extremely intelligent. He said that it not only goes from wake up, from completely asleep to exchanging information within, I forget how many nanoseconds, but every 0.5 milliseconds, it's re-encrypting itself to where it cannot be, fucked with. So basically, yeah, we had a lot of plans for that. So unfortunately, I wish nothing but the best to Marius. He's a fucking genius. And another thing though, with the LF knobs, if they're not set up properly from the beginning, you will have nothing but problems with it. You can't just plug and play. You have to have a little knowledge. You have to go on his website and look at the updates, install the updates. It has to be set up right from day one. I made the mistake of letting the guys in the shop set up Alex's in the egg, and it wasn't done right from day one, and we've had nothing but issues, not only with amplifiers and subs, but with the knob itself. And thank you, Alex, for taking the time to figure out that the knob was not set up properly from day one. So I forwarded him the updates and a few links to the videos, and hopefully he'll get that set up. So Joshua, sorry, yes, the SQ442s are coming in version 2 heat sinks, but they're all coming red. That doesn't mean that you can't get them in another color. Obviously, we have a bunch of blues that were made that are kind of close to the Merlin blue that I'm going to offer. Some other people are wanting black, some are wanting silver. We have pink, we have all kinds of colors. So we'll have another 3. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 SQ442s here. So we are filling orders as they come. As they come in, and I did have to just build 2 black SQ442s. Actually, Sam at Suncoast Amp Labs. Thank you, Sam, for all that you do for US Amps. Again, he drops off an amplifier. He built the two black SQ442s for us for the MTI build. Christopher Pate and the team over at MTI Acoustics in College Station, Texas, are building another show-winning, beautiful vehicle. And I thank you, Christopher, for including US Amps in your build. They're doing an old school kind of 90s build because that's kind of the theme of the vehicle. And they're doing two SQ442s and a 500 HC on 4 of our 15s and 2 sets of our Timbers. So, but this is the kind of invoice that you can expect from Sam Cloutier over at Suncoast Amp Lab. If you go to usampsinc.com and click on repair or warranty, you will get forwarded to Sam Cloutier, and from here forward, the Suncoast Amp Lab will be handling all of US Amps repairs, refurbs, and warranty work, which I need him to do because honestly, over the last year, a lot of people haven't sent in their warranty cards. A lot of people have done silly things that they knew they shouldn't have done, and I've ended up just replacing and or repairing the amplifiers anyway, and it's not a good business model. I can't keep doing that. So moving forward, you guys are going to be dealing with Sam, and if you make a mistake, most likely you're going to have to pay for it. So be careful. There's plenty of information in the owner's manual, plenty of information online. We're going to start sharing all these lives to our YouTube channel, and there's plenty of resources at this point for answers and questions to all of your US Amps needs. Plus, we're all available. So let's see. Bass knob would be nice. Yes. Hey, Jason, how are you? Welcome. How big is the 10K versus the 5K? I just gave my last 5K to Alex. Right here is the 10K. Let me grab my tape measure. All of that information, I'm pretty sure Donnie is available at usampsinc.com. So real quick, guys, and speaking of that, this is not related to you, Donnie, because you've been using other equipment, so I don't expect you to know. A lot of you guys are being lazy and messaging me, asking me questions that you can get by going to usampsinc.com. That's not fair. I'm very busy. Not that I'm too busy for my friends, because I consider you all my friends, but if you're just being lazy and don't want to go search for the information, then shame on you. You're taking away from me filling your orders, testing, all the stuff that I do in a day's time, when all you'd have to do is go to usampsinc.com to find your answer. So the heatsink itself, Donnie, is 27.5 inches long, but mounting hole to mounting hole would be 28.5 or 28 3/8, and the width, absolute widest of the heatsink, is right about 12 inches. We have these slots here on the mounting feet to give you a little more option, but extreme end to end is about 9 inches. The Merlin 10K weighs 38 pounds. Let me see, can I flip this over? I got it wired up because I wanted to test it. I know you guys are going to want to see this. But if you search US Amps Inc. Merlin 10K, you'll see a lot of the S&I designs, but there's plenty of what we will be offering and are offering to the public, which is this amazing design that Dirk Ecker signed off for himself. This and the 5K are the first designs that Dirk has ever looked at and said, yes. So we made very minimal changes. Most of them were aesthetic to this amplifier. They, right off from rip, more slew rate than I asked for, more damping factor than any Class D amplifier available, period. These are well over 1100 damping factor. They're amazing amplifiers, amazing. The 5K has outperformed itself, and the 10K has done the same. We've yet to be able to dyno this thing. I'd like to try to do that today if you guys are up to it. The 5K is I don't have one here, but the shape is more of a square than a rectangle. No, we're not going to have a Merlin 3K, David. But what is in the plans, I'm sure, I guess you haven't heard it, but we have the 254 coming, the 4-channel Merlin, the small 4-channel, or I guess it's actually a bigger 4-channel for Class D. But we also have the Merlin 5K and 10K's little brother, the Merlin 1.5K, which will do 3,000 watts, if not maybe a little bit more. So, absolutely, Alec. Yeah, we have a few of them here. Oh, Nick. Oh, sorry. He has a 5-channel? No, he's got a 6-channel. That's a 6-channel. That's why you're messing me up, Terry. He doesn't have a 5-channel. He has a 6-channel. Which, we just got a new shipment of those 6 channels in. So, I have a couple of these bass knobs in stock. Oops, I almost dropped it on the floor. I got a couple dual encoders, a couple single encoders. I think I still have a single encoder that's new in the box. Unfortunately, everybody likes to use this shop like it's their own garage, and they just go grab shit and want to make payments on it supposedly, and then they don't. And then when I get nasty because they're breaking shit and not paying on it, this is not directed at anybody that's on the live here. But those days are coming to a close. I'm not going to be anybody's bank anymore. If you guys want to finance stuff, you know, go ask your parents for a loan or use a firm or a SEMA or Klarna. That's why we have them in place. You don't have to have good credit for that stuff. All you have to have is a bank account and make the payments. I don't have the time or the energy to chase people anymore. And for those of you, everybody, I have relationships with all of you one-on-one. If we have something worked out, that's not what I'm talking about here. But moving forward, I will not be financing anybody anymore. No more. Gotta figure out if I can use one of those knobs on my builds with 5 amps, 4 being strapped, and 1. Yes, there's always something we can work out, Eric, and I have Marius's cell phone number here. We can always figure something out. Jason, they were talking about the LF audio knobs. I always have them in stock. Yeah, Jason, we've been on YouTube since we've come back, but it's just been very slow going. We're going to try to keep it updated now and start sharing all of these videos on there. I can fit 4 in your rack. Yes, probably. They're not a very large 10K, but I don't know if you've seen the power rating on these. They're ridiculous. Mr. Pede, what's up, man? How are you? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I'm not ashamed to say I use Affirm all the time. I actually have an Affirm credit card because they'll do, especially if you've used them a bunch, which I have. I use them to buy wheels. I've used them for all kinds of things. They'll do like 90 days, same as cash, which is like 0% interest. So I use them all the time. Let's see if I can get this thing set up and we can actually pull some numbers out of this thing. Let's see. Stuff turned down. I don't want any craziness here. This is, if I know somebody, probably turned all the way the hell up. Slave. Alright. Let's get. Did I miss it? No. Sweet. Just talking. Nope. You said you do have a dual encoder. Yes, I have a few. Rick, how are you? What's up, Rick, up there? What do you say? Hope you and wife had... we had a nice time yesterday, yes. Yeah. Thank you. Let's see. Do you need a remote jumper? Let's see. Do you have
one here, then you're gonna upstairs get your.
No, I think I'm gonna probably try to use one of those alligators if I can.
Okay.
Sup here. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. Different. And yet again, okay. See, that's something that I didn't know now, and it makes me sad that I didn't fix it because this bothers me. I don't like having 20 different sizes here because it makes it a pain to do things.
That should be a 2.5. I want to say
And
2.5.
that is why you can, even though some people don't like it, that is why on our USA amplifiers you can use a number 2 Phillips on everything. Alright, so we got 4 1/0 for power, 4 1/0 for ground. Thank you to Seth and the guys over at Glow Voltage for always providing us with the power that we need to test amplifiers this big and bigger. And let's see what we got here.
Radio.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, not to.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Make sure. Master out. Sleeve in. That shouldn't matter. I think we're good.
Gosh, I'm on a hell of a delay here.
Oh yeah, it's that far behind.
Yeah, like it's at the point where I didn't even read yet.
Mike, what power would the 10K with 15 point volts do at 1 ohm? We've already shared all that information, buddy, like over and over and over again. I will send you a few graphs that I have that'll show you what the amp does at that ohm load and the total harmonic distortion, so you have it to keep for yourself. Okay, bud? All right. Let's see. Paused. That's good. And just so you know, right now we're running just over 15 volts. We're like 15.11. And let's see if we can get a certified run out of this thing. We'll just go 1 ohm right out the rip. And where are we at here? Let's see. Let's turn it down a little bit. Let's see. Putting up some weird things again. That makes me think that it doesn't like it, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
It did it again, right?
Yep, got a bunch of question marks and screw hoos. And for anybody that wonders, we did test this on other amplifiers aside from the Merlin.
Yep.
I myself think the Merlin 10K puts out way too much power than what the dynos want to play with.
I think so as well. And wow. It's completely look at this. I've never seen it do that before.
Yeah, you have to cycle.
Yeah, let's see. It did exactly what I thought it was gonna do.
Or if you run just on a single input.
Oh, don't bridge it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's see. Maybe we can get something out of it.
Just run in the dark, you know.
Yeah, no, doesn't hurt to try, right? Alright. Try it again. Next. And with the kind of power that the 5K is putting out, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing's just putting out too much power for it. I honestly would not be surprised by that at all. Let's see. Yep, that's doing it again.
Immediately.
Yeah. anything. I don't want to pull my computer out to show you guys, but what it's doing is it's making, as soon as it starts putting out power, the dyno words are turning into question marks, hash marks, and symbols that I've never even seen before. It almost looks like alien script. So we're gonna have to try to do this another way, just like I've said before with the Term Lab, and see what it puts out, because that we know we can actually measure it, and it's honestly probably a better tool anyway, so you guys will know what it's putting out for you at the speakers and or subwoofers. So I just don't know what the hell we can set it up to that it's not gonna. I guess we gotta.
Brendan's car. Brendan's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the Merlins in my truck, I think they're tuned too low.
That's and it's too much power for them with that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, sorry about that anticlimactic report there, but I kind of knew it was going to do that. But I don't know. You guys have any other questions? We are very overwhelmed with orders, and I still have some more speakers to build and some other colored amps to put together. I know somebody's waiting on a 100HC in Riot, which I have the heatsink here. Your 442 is done and ready. Where's the Riot? It's the blue. Oh, that needs an RC end plate. Where is the bottom there?
You add over to the stack on my desk.
Maybe. I might be behind you.
Well, I see a blue Riot. I see a blue 442 over here.
Those are all 442, I think. I think I might have put Riot at the bottom. This is a new, just for those of you, this is a new purple 442. That was just done. Just so you know, moving forward, we're not going to, we're just, anything that's built will be 16 volt compliant. This is a 50HC blue, but NSQ 442. Again, 16 volt ready. We have two silver 442s here. This is the Riot. So I just wanted you guys to see this because this color is pretty cool. It's different. I really thought that it would take off a little more than it has.
Enough people really see, so
Right. Yeah.
that's a true cell.
So it. Oh, he's got some thermal paste on it, but it almost looks like a. This does it no justice. It's kind of like a copperish, reddish kind of color, but then it flip flops to like a blackish, kind of a greenish color. Wow, it looks like almost orange peely in the picture too. It really does it no justice. That's terrible.
Light on didn't do it squat either.
But for those of you that have seen the Mystic shared online, this is, and that's like a purplish blue. This is kind of the reddish, copperish version of that Mystic color. You see how it goes to almost like a flat black? Look at that. And then as the light hits it, it's not doing it well. I'm gonna have to get some videos of this thing out in the sun, man. The color is amazing. I think my buddy Orlando did a 100HC and SQ442 matching in the Riot color. And here, this is your 442. So I'm gonna build your 100HC this afternoon and get you all squared away and sent out probably tomorrow. So I just saw a phone call come through from Phil. They're down there doing tightening up the our first home theater project, which is pretty close to being finished. So I do have to get him called back because I'm sure it's important if he's calling. And we have the crews down there working. We also have a purple. So we have 2 purple SQ442s, 16 volt ready. So, you know what? I'm going to set up a table this afternoon out in the sun, get all of our new Cerakote colors. So those of you that don't know and haven't been around for a while, like you, Donnie, all of our new colors are done in Cerakote. For those of you that love our Constitution and our amendments, you know that Cerakote is done on things that need to dissipate heat better, and amplifiers are no different. But we have white, pink, black, silver, blue, purple, the riot color, the mystic color. So we're going to get all those laid out and take some pictures and videos of it and share that to you probably within the next couple days. So yes, Brendan, definitely. Hey, there's our buddy right there. We need to strap them though too to see what they do. Maybe we'll wait until the other 2 Neo subs get here. That way, in case we blow those 2 up, we have 2 more to just throw right in. Because I have a feeling those. I mean, if the 2 5Ks made 19,027 watts,
Yeah.
what are the 2 10Ks going to do?
Black hole.
50K?
I'm not gonna say, but it would not surprise me if they cracked 40.
It has to.
Yeah.
It has to. We already know this does in excess of 13 to 15,000 watts, so
Yeah.
I mean, it has to. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Again, sorry I was so late today. We're just trying to catch up. For those of you that I haven't answered any questions, feel free to send us a message. Go to usampsinc.com. We have info and support at usampsinc.com that comes to Jason and me. Or you can shoot us a message. Please take time to spend with your families, and thank you for being part of